This one is a showstopper, and we're gonna keep it a little spicy. Let me show you how easy it is to make this. The first thing to do is to peel some potatoes. Then you wanna slice them up about a 1/4 inch thick. That's important so that they can cook evenly. Then I lube them up with a good quality olive oil. I season them with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and a little bit of smoked paprika. Just like steaks, I made sure to do both sides. Then I transferred them onto a baking tray, and into the oven they went at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And that is great because it allows us time to make the filling. And to make it, it's even easier, and here's how. I started by cutting up some jalapenos. Notice that I'm leaving the seeds behind. We don't want it too hot, trust me. We have plenty of that already with the compound butters. So into a food processor I threw in the jalapenos and processed everything fine. Then I added cream cheese, followed by cheddar cheese and a good amount of garlic powder. As always, remember exact amount and ingredients always on the description down below for you. Because once you have blended everything, if you want a nice presentation, add it to a piping bag. If you don't have one, you can just use a Ziploc bag, as it's all about the presentation. Talking about that, by this time they were fully cooked. Check it out. This is what I was looking for. A perfect thick potato chip. Now all there's left to do is to pipe up some of that filling right on top. Then I placed some small slices of jalapeno right on top, sprinkled some flaky salt followed by smoked paprika, and finished it off with a good quality olive oil. And this is today's side dish. Is it good? You better believe it. And you saw how easy it is to make. But most importantly, how does it taste? Well, you're gonna find that out real shortly.
You let us know exactly how it tastes, Mom. I want to know your opinion.
Let's do it.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
That just hits different.
I don't think you need to eat the jalapeno to taste the jalapeno because the flavor is there.
Yeah, there's a little bit in there as well.
And it's not even that hot.
No, not hot at all. It's not supposed to be hot, but at the same time, the creaminess. You feel that creaminess?
Yeah.
This paste that I made here together with the potato is incredible. Highly recommend. Very easy to make, by the way. This takes no time at all, everybody. Obviously, I made it a little bit fancy. You don't have to do that. Just put some spoon in there and throw it like that. Take out those jalapeno on the top. You know what I mean? It's going to be fantastic. What's up, everybody? Today, I got the Outdoor Boys here with me. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We just had some steaks. Did you like it?
Yes.
Delicious.
Good, good,
Best
good.
steaks I've ever had in the world.
Oh, you're too kind. Give me 5. I like you more now.
Sorry, not sorry, Dad.
So here today, we're gonna do a little bit of reaction of what it's like to be in the insane conditions that you are in, and sometimes you're in, and I'd love to know some inputs that people might not know.
Sure. All right, let's be fun. Let's do it.
Enough talking, let's begin.
Luke here at the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, and I'm here in the frozen tundra of Alaska. And for the next 3 days, I'm building bushcraft shelters, sleeping under animal hides, dealing with broken equipment, and I'm bringing you guys along for the ride.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You are insane, brother. Wow, that scares me just by looking at it. How did this start? Like,
I don't know. I got into doing a few camping videos and they did well and it just sucked you in. You know, how it is.
are you afraid at all of being outdoors at all, or nothing scares you anymore?
It's been a while since it scared me. It's been a while. There's certain things that occasionally scare me, but just being out in the woods, no.
Welcome to the taiga forests of Alaska. Think it's time to do some camping.
So this right here is all frozen swamp. See these little skinny, weird spruce trees? These only grow in swamp. Something we call muskeg or, a tundra. It's just like 10, 15 feet of decayed moss, right? And so if you were here in the summertime, you'd be wet up to your knees and stuff. And so it's all frozen.
Kind of like Florida.
Yeah, it'd be like going off in the Everglades, minus the as many snakes and stuff like that. But, more mosquitoes.
A lot more, and very cold.
Yeah, but in the wintertime, it freezes over and then you can just drive over it.
How cold was that right now?
I think that was only like 16 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's like negative 10 Celsius or something like that.
I love how you say it was just 16. The coldest I've ever been was 32.
Me and my 4-year-old went camping in negative 60 degrees.
No. Anything under 50 degrees here in Florida is pretty cold.
While these swamps are very difficult to cross in the summertime, once they freeze over, we can explore them. But first things first, I need to find a place to camp. And I actually like this spot quite a bit. Most of these spruce trees you see are dead, An invasive beetle called a spruce bark beetle came in here and wiped these things out. That means lots of building material, lots of firewood.
I love how you explain everything. It's awesome.
The air temperature is about 13 degrees Fahrenheit, and this ground is still not frozen. In the wintertime, the ground temperature is usually a lot warmer than the air temperature, and the snow acts as a blanket that traps that heat in the ground. If you can strip away the ice and snow and build your shelter on thawed ground, it's going to be a whole lot warmer. And there's a bit of mud right there. This ground might be a little bit more swampy than I first thought.
How far out are you from civilization right there if you needed help?
Oh, it's not that bad. I think there was a guy who lives in the woods that's like, oh, he would probably be about a 15-20 minute walk, but I could have called him and he could have come out and got me. And that's a big thing with a lot of these is you gotta, some of them are really out there and it's like, it's nervous, and others it's not a big deal. And that's one of the big danger factors is how far away, and this one wasn't bad.
With filming and cutting everything, how long did it take you just to prep the trees?
That's a good question. Wasn't terrible this time. That's one of the big things why I need to find a place with lots of deadwood, because the biggest time factor is carrying the wood back to camp. So if you're having to go out and search for a dead tree and you're spending 5-10 minutes searching for each tree and you need 20 trees, that's an hour just walking around looking for trees, and you only have 6 hours of sunlight. So, that's not good enough. So this was I could get all of these trees within almost sight distance of my camp. And so I knocked it out pretty quick.
I bought this hatchet in Hiroshima, Japan last spring. I used it to take the limbs off these trees.
I get so many people asking me for a link to where you can buy that hatchet. I'm like, you can't. I got it from like an old dude in Japan in like an antique shop in the basement of his house. This isn't
This
like
not Amazon?
It's not Amazon. There's no Amazon. I got it from some old guy, He like made the cardboard sheath that I'm using, and so
It looks pretty badass.
Oh, it is so awesome. It is the best thing for taking limbs. Like for using it for that, it is the best tool. You can see it's already getting dark.
Yep.
It's like, I think probably 3 p.m. now.
Is that desperation mode? Oh, I got to get this up before sundown, or?
It's not bad. If I can get all my stuff gathered into the area by the time the sun sets, it's not terrible because I always bring a lot of lights for filming and stuff. And so that's not bad. But if you're having to go and set up lights and cameras while you're going out and cutting down trees, it's such a pain in the butt. So usually I try to get everything around the shelter before the sun sets, and and then I can get to bed.
It's 3:50 p.m. Starting to get dark. It's this close to the Arctic. We don't get a lot of sunlight. Well, I better bust out my lights.
That's a tarp that's meant for like a hammock camping thing. I don't think I've ever once used that tarp for what it was designed for.
Where does this knowledge all come from?
Just giving it a go. I mean,
really?
Yeah. Just do it.
No training whatsoever? Ever like military training or anything yet?
It's just, it's the nature of YouTubing, right? You just do it.
You just do it?
You just do it.
Wow, look, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's working. You can tell everything's wet when dead pine doesn't want to burn. Little fingers are getting a little numb. I get all the snow out of my hair. Oh, that feels amazing.
I can feel your happiness there. Every time you say something on your videos, oh, that feels amazing.
I was getting tired watching this, like, oh gosh, that was so much work. I'm like,
when you get to this point, it must be so satisfying, no?
it's nice when you get that fire. It makes a difference. It really does make a difference, especially when you're wet by then and stuff. It's nice.
We can feel it. We can feel it through the video.
It just,
See, that's one of my favorite moments because it's so real and relatable. You're just chilling and you're like, oh. Yeah.
all right, back to doing stuff. Gotta go finish this.
I've got a shelter, I've got fire. I think it's time to start working on dinner.
This is my favorite part. I'm so
Mine too.
impressed. I'm so impressed. I haven't seen this one, but wow. Watch this, everybody.
I got a sweet potato and a little bit of tin foil here. We're gonna wrap that up.
Does he make that a lot?
All the time. He loves the tinfoil tactic.
Do you like it? Does it taste good?
Yeah, it does. It's a nice way of cooking. You can just shove it in the coals. It doesn't melt the tinfoil, and then it doesn't, trash the meal itself. So it doesn't taste like campfire or coals.
Doesn't taste like dirt.
Got a nice pile of coals here. Bury that sweet potato in the coals for about 45 minutes.
Oh!
Another classic dad.
Another classic. Why, he likes steaks a lot?
He does. If you don't like a steak, something's wrong.
Can everybody give a hand, please? We have people in the back, everybody. Yes, I agree. Thank you, I agree.
I think I actually remember sitting here like exhausted cooking steaks and thinking, Guga just gets to do this part indoors, and one of us is being a lot smarter with YouTube than the other one.
It's a lot easier the way I do it, I'll tell you that.
I'm doing this the hard way.
Hold your hand over the fire and count 1, 2, 3. And when you can get to 3 without it hurting, that's about 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So right about here.
I love that knowledge because in Brazil we teach the same exact way. So if you can hold your hand on the fire within only 1 second and immediately take it out, that's perfectly for searing. And there, 3 seconds, 375 degrees. That's the way to do it right, everybody.
As the fire kind of changes, you need to adjust your meat. I like a little bread with my steak, so I brought along some bread dough.
Bread dough. How did that come along?
I can't remember. I remember I've always wanted to get good at making bread, and I think I actually saw a YouTube video where like some old lady or something was making bread off in Eastern Europe, or I'm like, I'm doing that, and so
on a campfire.
On a campfire, gosh darn it! And so I just started doing it. I can't remember. It's been a while. I've been doing it for a while. I can't remember exactly where I started doing that, but then I just started doing it a lot, and it's really good. And it's just like if you're had a long, hard day, a fresh loaf of bread is hard to beat.
It's very difficult to beat that.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I got a question. Does the smoke bothers you at all because you're doing it so often and for such a long time?
I think I'm a little bit less sensitive to smoke than most people, obviously, because I'm around it all the time. But how you build your fire in your shelter affects how the fire draws the smoke and stuff. So when you get down and you're on the bottom of the snow like that, you've got a windbreak all around the fire. So the smoke tends to go straight up a lot better unless you're really got a ripping wind. There's a lot to it. Like one of the big things is if you get a lot of smoke, build your fire bigger. Hot fire,
no smoke.
No smoke, and then yeah, it's so much better. And then there's you'll see me build a heat reflector, which is like a wall behind your fire to push the heat back. That's really good because the wind that's going to blow the smoke into your face is behind your fire. The wind will blow left and right, but not in your face as much.
Oh, that's done. Put that there.
You see, if I was making that, I would eat every single one of them individually. Your dad waits.
That is a YouTube thing. It's 13 degrees out. You know how quickly your food gets cold at 13 degrees? But you want to put the whole thing on the plate.
You want a nice plating.
It just looks awesome having the whole thing on the plate. You got to do it. Plus, I like to eat a little bit of sweet potato, a little bit of
You want to have a meal, not a little bit of snack.
Yeah, you know, stuff. But I eat cold food more often than not with that.
Let's take a peek.
Oh,
No, that's looking pretty good.
what do you mean pretty good? That looks awesome.
That looks delicious, but I bet it's not as good as yours.
Ah, you're making me blush.
I'm completely okay with it. I tasted your steak. I think I've been doing it wrong my whole life.
No. That looks delicious.
Some honey and butter I'm gonna put on there.
No, we got to talk about this because this is like your signature now.
Apparently, I had nothing to do with that. Just all of a sudden, people are like, honey butter's like a thing. I didn't know that was like a big deal, but like,
That's your thing. He's the honey butter guy.
I guess so.
When I saw your video for the first time, it's so relatable to me because for breakfast, I always have honey and butter, no matter what. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, we're gonna be good friends for a long time.
Hey, it is good food.
Sweet potato is so mushy. It's exactly how it should be. Gonna put a little cinnamon on my sweet potato and on my bread.
Cinnamon and on potato, it's like, you ever went to Texas Roadhouse?
Oh yeah.
And they have the cinnamon,
the cinnamon butter. Yes.
Oh my God.
My wife buys that by the tub, and like it's always in our fridge.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's so good. Medium rare, sir. Congratulations. Look at that. How'd you use the thermometer?
I'm just one with the steak.
It looks delicious, and I will eat that right now. It doesn't look like you're in the middle of nowhere. It looks like a lot better than a lot of steak houses I've seen.
I'm just saying you are a walking steakhouse.
Did you like the steak?
It's the best steaks I've ever had.
How do you like your steak? Because before you didn't like it, you like it more well cooked. But then this time you tried medium rare. Was it still your favorite now?
You make medium rare taste like it's the best thing in the world.
And you cooked it. A lot of the steaks you cooked it.
Yeah, you did a good job, Tommy. I expect you to cook like that when you get home, man.
My mama's going to be proud of me.
Yeah, she sure is.
We got sweet potato and cinnamon, honey butter and bread, and 2 massive chunks of seasoned steak.
That don't look cold.
No, the steak was good.
That
one did pretty good. I think the bread was a little cold.
That is good. Oh, that was good. Still got quite a bit of this steak left. You just go sit it in the snow bake and it'll be good tomorrow.
Is that the natural freezer?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, now that we've had a fire in here for several hours, we're starting to figure out what the ground situation is. Over here, it is really soft. Like, look at this. That is just a big swampy spot right there. So I think we're gonna end up sleeping on this side. Well, it's pretty clear that I need to make a bed. If I sleep straight on the ground, I'm gonna get soaking wet and frozen. I'm refilling my water jug just a cup or 2 at a time. Got to melt a lot of snow to get 2 liters of water.
I've only seen snow twice in my life. So for me, it's mesmerizing. So you got to melt that much to have that little of water.
Yeah, that entire thing full of snow probably was like this much water. So it's not a lot. It depends on how dense the snow is.
Yeah.
If you get like really heavy, wet snow, it's better.
And no yellow snow.
No yellow snow. That's not lime.
I didn't bring any sleeping bags or sleeping pads, but I brought my caribou hide. Caribou have these thick, hollow hairs. They're really warm. You double a caribou hide over on itself, it's pretty thick.
That's a meat I never had, and I almost tried everything. Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's lean. It's like wild meat.
Is it
Gamey?
gamey?
All the ones I had weren't, but I think it depends on how you process them and what time of year. But actually, if I get up to Kotzebue or something next time, I'll try to grab you some caribou steaks and send reindeer steaks.
I'd love to
send
try
them
it.
down to you.
They're my personal morning game meat.
Really?
They make a killer sausage. Best thing on the planet.
Wow, better than steak.
Way better than steak.
Wow, I'm impressed, and now I have to try it.
Actually gives you some cushion and lots of insulation. Let's see how lumpy this is gonna be. Wow, I'm tired. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm pretty tired. Well, instead of a sleeping bag, I'm going to be sleeping underneath a bison hide tonight. I use the bison because it's one of the few animals big enough to cover me. I'm kind of a big boy. The nice thing about using animal hides when you're sleeping next to a fire is that these won't burn up. Sparks can land on them, the fire can get real hot, doesn't matter. You'll wake up long before these things catch on fire. It's going to be very cold tonight, and my water bottles will freeze solid if I don't keep them near the fire. So I'm going to put them just right down here.
See, when I saw you doing that for the very first time, it didn't even cross my mind that that was a possibility to keep you nice and warm. So the things that I've learned already just by watching your videos is insane.
What you guys do is see how many times you burn things up. Like winter camping and burning your stuff up, it goes hand in glove. Like those bottles, like how many of them I've melted.
You even caught a cabin on fire.
Yeah, caught a cabin on fire. But yeah, you know, you sleep next to playing around fire like that in cabin, like stuff gets caught on fire. So it's learning that dance of how to get close but not too close takes a lot of time.
Those booties, you use them all the time. They work?
They're wonderful.
Really?
They're
They
wonderful.
even got padding on the bottom so you can jump out, run in the snow, you know, use the bathroom.
So it's nice and you make your feet hot.
Hot might be overstating it, but they're nice.
It looks like it's just a piece of plastic, like a garbage bag.
They're like a down jacket. You know those puffy down jackets? Same thing, but
That's
they're-
what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, but for your foot.
And so they just like, they crumple down like super small. They weigh nothing, but they keep you pretty warm. So, I mean, if you're kind of like a luxury item, like I'll be on campouts where I'm like roughing it and I'm still bringing my booties. That's kind of my luxury item.
It is late and I am tired. I will see you guys in the morning.
Oh, good morning. Stayed pretty warm, but the bed is so hard. Oh.
That yes was deep.
Yes, like you get up like, oh, I'm paralyzed. Oh, no, I can feel my legs.
Wow.
Oh, that feels good. Get my toes warmed up. Frozen boots. How many times have I put on frozen boots? Gonna warm up the honey butter.
Oh, that's beautiful. Got melted honey and butter. I'm gonna shake that up. Fresh warm bread and honey butter. It is definitely colder today. If I'm gonna stay warm, I'm gonna need to make this shelter a whole lot better. Well, let me show you something weird about snow. You can see this right here is the path I made with my snowshoes yesterday. You can see where yesterday I walked on it without snowshoes and I sunk in, but today it's rock hard.
Now, one of the things, people who grow up around snow, you can tell the temperature by how the snow sounds. Yeah, so like you can hear it how it's like kind of styrofoamy, stuff like that. Yeah, so you can tell it's about 0 or so, or around there. And when it gets really cold, it'll squeak. It'll get really squeaky.
So just by stepping on that, you know how cold it is.
You can really sense it, just like and even if a lot of people can't articulate it, if you grow up around the snow, you can just sense like when it's snowy but it's not that cold versus when you get that deep cold. You can just, the snow looks different, it feels different, it sounds different.
Wow.
I want to push this snow berm back a little bit and make a little bit more room. So I've been throwing my tree limbs and logs in here. It takes a long time for the fire to melt the snow, but it's a lot better than shoveling.
Now, Tom, I get people asking me all the time why you don't come out with me on these campouts as much anymore. Why is that?
School and bad grades.
Yeah, no going on campouts and ditching school with me if you don't have your grades up. Yeah, that pit was so muddy. I don't think I communicated that well in the video, but my boots were getting wet.
Soaking wet, and that's one of the worst things about, when you're cold and wet.
And then everything freezes in the night too. If your boots are wet, then they're like just go rock hard. If you can get them cold when they're dry, it's not so bad.
It sounds like it's miserable.
It can be. There's a lot of things I like about it better than summertime camping. I kind of like it when the weather feels like it wants to kill you a little bit. It's nice. Yeah.
Agreed.
That explains a lot,
Yeah.
right?
I feel that same way too.
You're like making a 5-star hotel here.
No, it's all about those Yelp reviews. You gotta. If I could turn this into an Airbnb, I won't have to do the YouTube thing anymore.
So there you go.
One of the things I just wanted to say is when he does the clips, you can look in the background and just watch how different the lighting goes.
Yeah.
You can see the fire go change and the light change.
It's just cool.
It's been a long time. He's doing that for a while.
Yeah, you can see the passage of time on it. I cut this whole wall wrong, and I had to redo the whole thing. Yeah, and I didn't make it in editing, but
I can literally feel your pain.
I wasn't too sure how warm this shelter was going to be. I was really hoping this would work out.
Just like that, you took out a stove. Was that in the truck?
Yeah, it was in the truck.
I was like, wait, how did that come along?
It was a Traccoon.
There we go, got my stove installed. Hopefully this will keep me nice and warm. Well, I got my shelter set up just in the nick of time. It's already starting to get dark. Luckily, I already have a lot of firewood laying around. I'm not going to need as much as I did last night. I am almost completely out of water, so we're gonna go melt some snow. Been getting a lot of pine needles and pine cones in my drinking water, so I'm gonna go find a spot a little further away from the trees. There we go. Got my leftovers. Woo, it is frozen.
If you go out into rural Alaska, you go out in the bush and stuff, people will shoot a caribou and something, they'll leave it in their front yard and just cut pieces off it and just kind of save it and stuff. And you'll like go to Kotzebue and walk down the street and someone will get a couple caribou and they'll just be sitting in the front and, they come out in the wintertime. Yeah, it's just your big freezer.
The big freezer outside.
Big freezer
Safe
outside.
Space.
Yeah.
Wow.
Casual Tuesday.
I'll just put it over here. Hopefully it'll thaw out. Well, it's about 5 o'clock and I'm in for the night, so I think I'm gonna start making some dinner. All right, I got some black beans here.
Shout out to my Brazilian peeps, beans and rice. Woo!
It's so mind-blowing to me that you're cooking this over there.
Oh, these onions are frozen.
When I saw you cut the onion, you can just look at that and just see the ice chunks in it.
Yeah.
It was 100% frozen.
Yeah, they look wilty too. If you look at the green ends, like if you let your vegetable drawer freeze and stuff, yeah, they were a little wilty.
We got a little smoke going on. The logs over on that side were starting to smolder. You can tell the logs are getting hot. There's pine sap bubbling out of them.
That's a big deal. That happens a lot. Like, yeah, because what happens is when you first put the woods there, they're cold, they're wet, whatever. and they'll be fine, but sometimes over a case of a day or two, they'll dry out, and then stuff that wouldn't have caught fire will. So you can be in a shelter like that for a day or two, no problem. Then all of a sudden, poof, all that sap that was bubbling out, that's flammable. You're building these shelters and you're in a sleeping bag or something and everything catches on fire and you can't quite get out quickly, and the sleeping bag plastic can melt on you. And
Oh, God.
yeah, it can get nasty. So that's one thing that you got to watch out for.
Oh yeah, that's thawed out nicely. It's warming up well.
I've never had a steak frozen and then eaten it after. Is it good?
It's not bad if you do it slow. Yeah, and what you want to do is you want to cook it a little pinker than you would like, because it's gonna.
That way, when it reheats, it's
kind
of okay.
It's still not well done, you know. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, just added some rice. Starting to smell so good.
Question: you have to live without one, rice or bread?
I live without bread.
You live without bread.
Rice.
Me too. You?
Bread.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose a sandwich.
It's still pink.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
That looks so good to me. I can eat that all day, every day.
Put a little hot sauce on there. I'm so hungry. This smells amazing. Oh.
I feel that. I feel that happiness.
Look at the portions too. I mean, that is, I had 3 of those. I plowed just through the food that way.
And I tell you what, beans and rice are an amazing camping food. Not only are they delicious, it's non-perishable and takes up hardly any room in your backpack. Oh, that's so good. Want to check something here. 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's compare that to what's inside the shelter. Put it right there and give it a few minutes to warm up. All right, it's been a few minutes and you can see it's just a little over 50 degrees Fahrenheit here at the bed. I mean, it's not exactly warm, but that's a lot better than outside. But watch this. I'm going to put the thermometer on the ground. There on the floor, it's about 22 degrees. When you're sleeping in a heated shelter, the higher you can make your bed, the better. You want your bed to be at least as tall as your heat source, ideally a little bit taller. Well, I've been in the shelter 5 hours and I've already gone through 2/3 of my firewood, so I had to go out and cut some more. Oh. I think it's time to go to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Now, this is a good shelter. This was warm. This was pretty warm.
What do you mean? That's like a Airbnb.
Yeah, that's nice.
You gotta charge good money for that one.
That's good money.
Tell you what, I slept a lot better last night. It was a lot warmer and more comfortable. But I did have to wake up a bunch to stoke the fire. I woke up about 2 a.m. the first time, and then at 3, 4:30, and then 6.
How does that work? You have an alarm clock, or is it just start getting cold?
Start getting cold.
Start getting cold?
And I've gotten really used to it. I wake up easily and stuff. It's like raising kids, you know. By the time it's your 3rd kid at midnight feeding, you're like, I know how to do it. Yeah, you just.
I see.
So for breakfast, I've got an omelet. I made this at home. It's got sausage and vegetables, cheese, eggs. Went and threw it in a vacuum sealed bag and then froze it. Now all I got to do is just warm it up.
That's the sous vide.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what the dog mushers do. This is, we did a video with some pro dog mushers last year, and they just use some sterno or heat, basically, and they basically have all their meals like this and just warm them up.
Doesn't that look good? This is so much better than dehydrated.
That one don't look good. Yeah, that one doesn't look as good as the steak. The steak looked nice.
It did. That was a stretch.
All right. Well, I think it's starting to get up and face the day. Oh, look at this. My pants are all dry. My mittens are all dry. I always bring backup food for a lot of reasons, and I had this bit of pork here that I didn't get to use. And I was keeping it underneath my bed to keep it cold. A mouse got into it.
Yeah. It's not bears, it's the mice that cause you trouble.
It's probably a vole or a lemming. I just cut off that part. It's still good.
I just cut out that part. It's still good.
Still good. It was. I already ate that. That was good. Yeah, it was good.
I have more trouble with mice than any other animal, hands down. And the longer you camp in one spot, the worse the problem becomes. It's like more and more mice find you. When the mice get really bad, they'll start coming in at night and grabbing your hair and pulling out bits of your hair to make their nest. It's
Oh, hell no.
What are you worried about?
No, I don't know. I just don't like them touching me. Oh, no, don't touch me. No.
Oh, it's 10 a.m. and we're just in time for the sunrise.
I will die. I'm dead right there.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Car doesn't want to start, and it sounds like it's the battery. It's 0 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if the battery's so cold that it just doesn't want to start.
That is genius.
I just need to raise the temperature of the battery like 20, 30 degrees. I don't need to boil it. All right, that's feeling warm. All right.
Didn't work.
Oh.
Oh, you gotta do the engine now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to warm up the engine block and see if that helps. Fortunately, the engine block is way back.
Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah. This is actually probably the sketchiest thing I did on the whole trip, because those.
Isn't that a gas pipeline or something?
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. What it is I'm underneath the car, and the car is being supported by snow, right? I just dug the snow out.
I didn't even think about that.
So if the sides of the snow collapses and that truck lands on me while I'm kneeling underneath it, I get pinned to the ground and I just sit there and freeze to death or die or whatever. So that's not good. So use proper jacks and stuff when you do that sort of thing.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
It's warm, but it's not hot. Obviously, this is a little bit sketchy. Gotta make sure you don't catch anything on fire or melt any wires or anything.
What you're trying to do is make the oil more liquidy. When the oil
because the oil is literally frozen?
It gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and then you can't pump it through the engine. And so instead of becoming a lubricant, it becomes glue. And so the starter can't make the engine run. And so by making it warm, it's you think about like olive oil. If it's in the fridge, it's a solid, right? And so same sort of thing. And you're just trying to make that oil liquidy.
Oh my God. Ah.
There you go.
Woohoo! This is living in Alaska in a nutshell. Stuff goes wrong, things break, and you just gotta deal with it. It's not like I could call a tow truck. Engine's warmed up. Let's see if we can get out of here.
I absolutely loved it. I mean, I feel like just by watching the video, I've learned so much already. Thank you, Luke, for being here. Thank you, my brother. Thanks for cooking me an awesome steak.
I learned from the best.
There you go. Now it's maybe one day I'm going to visit you guys and you guys are going to show me around.
Absolutely.
Guys, make sure you guys go check out the Outdoor Boys. Everything will be on the link in the description down below. Give them a follow. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Thanks for telling me all this backstage stuff. It was absolutely awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Thanks, Dow Strong, for sponsoring this video. Number one question I always get asked, what is the best way to cook a steak? Now that is a tricky question. It depends on several different factors. How thick your steak is, how fast you want to cook it, and of course, what type of steak you're cooking. Today we are covering a foolproof method that is called reverse searing. It is a great way to ensure success for 80% of steaks. If your steak is 1 inch or larger, it is perfect for it. Any thinner than that, you're better off using a front sear, which we will cover on a different video. The worst part about reverse searing though is that it takes time, but at the same time, super simple and easy to make. And the results are very consistent. And you're gonna avoid getting too much grade band, which for some people are not desirable.
I'll be using this beautiful New York strip. It is 1.5 inches thick, it has great marbling, and it's going to be perfect for the reverse sear. However, I'm not only doing one, I'll also be doing a second one. My goal is to show you two versions, one that you can do it indoors and one outdoors. But the concept is exactly the same. Just like always, the first thing we gotta do is to season the steaks properly. I like to keep it real simple. A good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. One of the biggest mistakes most people make whenever you're seasoning a steak is not to season them properly. I make sure to get all the edges, and most importantly, I do not let anything go to waste. The same exact thing was applied to the second steak. Rub that steak around the board and make sure you get those edges. And now that they're fully seasoned, it's ready. In order to achieve success with the reverse sear method, I highly recommend getting a thermometer. This will take all of the guessing away, so you can say that you definitely need one. Another thing that we're gonna need is a tray with a cooling rack. We want the steak to cook evenly, and a cooling rack will provide hot air throughout the whole steak. First thing to do is to make sure to insert the thermometer all the way through. Then I want to place my steak right in the middle and take it to cook it in indirect heat. The easiest way to achieve this is your oven. However, you can use anything that uses indirect heat. Even an air fryer will work just fine. You want to set it to 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and it will take anywhere between 1 hour to 2. It all depends on the thickness of your steak. For the one on the grill is the same exact process. However, instead of using a cooling rack, I just laid it down on a tray so that I can take it outside. If you have a charcoal grill like mine, you don't want to light up the whole thing. We want to keep this nice and low. To be specific, at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Lighting just the edge of the charcoal is the way to go. Then I placed my steak on the opposite side and cover it up so that it can cook nice and slow. It will also take about an hour or two.
As the steak is now cooking, I decided to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. This one is delicious, easy to make, and it pairs up perfect with steaks.
I went ahead and turned my heat source on low, and for this one you really want to use a non-stick pan. Now I added a good amount of feta cheese right on top. Made a quick little hole in the middle and dropped in a raw egg. Just like if you were cooking pasta, I went ahead and closed up the edges. Then cranked up the heat to medium-low and cover it up. In no time at all, the cheese will start melting, which is exactly what I wanted. Then I scraped up the edges back just like this. Once that was done, you can clearly see that the egg white is still not fully cooked. However, I no longer need any heat source, so I took it off the fire and covered it up so I can use the residual heat to cook the egg whites. I went ahead and seasoned it a little bit more with salt. Then I added some chili oil. I like my egg nice and runny, so for me at this stage it was ready. Next up is to heat up a tortilla, and the best way I know how is to use fire. It takes no time at all, and the char that is produced is just awesome. Once that was ready, I went ahead and dropped my cheesy crispy eggs right on top, followed by a little bit of extra chili oil, chives, and my awesome and simple side dish is now done. It does not get any easier than that, friends. We got crispy edges from the cheese, some spiciness from the chili oil, and the tortilla is just there to make everything better. This is absolutely delicious. Now by this time, my indoor steak is fully cooked. Now I want you to notice how it looks. Not appetizing whatsoever. Just like a sous vide steak, it needs to have a sear. And here's the most important thing so that you don't mess it up. If you're gonna use a pan, make sure that it is smoking hot. I went ahead and added a little bit of oil, let it heat up for about 2 minutes. And if I'm using a pan, I always start with the fat first. This will allow it to get nice golden brown and also add more oil to the pan. Now here's where a key element comes in. I kept moving that steak every 30 seconds. I wanted to make sure that I get enough oil on it. That way it will sear quickly. The goal is to do so no longer than 1 minute per side. If things get a little bit out of hand and it starts to burn, it's totally okay to go ahead and clean your pan. Start fresh if you have to. Just don't let any burn bits interrupt you from getting the perfect steak. Once you're ready to flip on the other side, go ahead and add some butter, thyme, and garlic. This is where the magic starts happening. As soon as the butter is foaming up, just go ahead and baste. Do this as much as you can without overcooking the steak. If you don't want to use a spoon, you don't have to. You can always rotate rotate the steak on the pan itself. This is another great technique. Once you're happy on the way that your steak looks, set it down on a cutting board and add the thyme and garlic on top. Don't forget to spoon a little bit of extra butter. Now let it rest before slicing. The one on the grill is a pretty similar process. Get that charcoal fully lit and start to sear it. We want a nice golden brown crust. As you can see, my grill grate allows me to rotate it as needed. This is fantastic because I can use cooler part of the grate anytime I need to. Flipping the steaks every 30 seconds allows me to have a visual cue of what's happening. I just kept doing this little by little until I got a nice golden brown crust that I was happy with. To finish it up, I also like to do the edges. Now this is one of the biggest advantages of the grill. That is the smoke that is produced whenever you're bousing the edges like this. It not only sears the steak edges, but it also perfumes the steak with flavor. That's all because the fat is hitting the fire and coming back up as smoke. This flavor cannot be reproduced with a pan. And once you are happy with the way the steak looks, the next thing to do is to go ahead and let it rest. As now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and slice it. And I'll tell you one thing, they come out juicy and exactly what you would want in a wonderful steak. As now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and taste.
Before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Dowstrong. Dowstrong is a reliable knife company that never stops producing high quality, durable, and ridiculously sharp knives. Some of my favorite knives from them is the Gladiator series. I mean, check them out. Look at them. They're beautiful, first of all. They have a simple yet elegant design. It is extremely sharp. They feel incredible in your hands. Plus, they also have the white version, and they look incredible. One impressive thing about this series is the creativity on the shapes of the knives. Just take a look at this obliterator and check out the annihilator. If you ever seen a knife shaped like this, let me know in the comments because I haven't. The Gladiator series has certain shapes you should not miss out on, like this 8-inch chef knife or the 12-inch slicer right here. Another awesome thing is that this series is quite affordable. They even have value bundle offers, like this 18-piece colossal block with a total of 18 knives. That's a lot of knives, everybody, one for every single job you need. And they have the 8-piece set in white. Check them out. Everything will be on the link in the description down below for you. So thank you, Dowstrong, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. Dig in, Leo.
Oh man, Guga, this
So nice and juicy. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Reverse sear steak, everybody.
Come on, man.
With that kiss of the dragon, everybody, it's another level. I'm telling you right now, a complete different level. But like I said in the video, if you live in an apartment or anything like that, you can definitely do it on the pan. However, just be aware that it's gonna produce a tremendous amount of smoke and it just won't be as good.
There's just nothing you can do that beats a charcoal grilled steak. That intense beefiness plus that char smoky flavor that you get from grilling it like that, it's unbeatable. This is the reason why I don't eat chicken either, Guga.
No, forget chicken. If you enjoy chicken, everybody, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I'm on to you, Guga. I saw that empty bowl for that side dish you had.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, Leo.
Yeah, no.
We're just making a quick video for the Guga channel. I didn't make it for everybody. It was just for my tummy, and I apologize. I owe you one.
And because of that, I'll see you later, guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Dowstrong, for sponsoring this video. As you guys know, I have been using them for a very long time, everybody. It is a wonderful knife, and you should definitely get some. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Let me see if I can catch Leo, but I think the steaks are gone. On today's video, we're gonna be learning everything there is to know about making the perfect burger with the GOAT himself, George Motz. If you ever seen a video on YouTube about burgers, you've came across this guy. And if there's one person I respect the most, it's him. Today, he's gonna be schooling me on how to make the perfect Oklahoma-style burger. So let's begin.
I've been obsessed with burgers easily for about 25 years now. Hamburger America is the name of the documentary film I made in 2004. I have since then written 5 books. I've had 3 TV shows and now a restaurant. 2 burgers that are on the menu are there because I believe that those are primary source burgers that go back to the dawn of the hamburger.
2 burgers. So he has 2 burgers on the menu. That goes to tell you something, everybody. When you go to a restaurant, you don't want a restaurant that makes everything. Because normally when that happens, it doesn't mean that they focus on one thing. This guy knows what he's doing because he's only focusing on 2 types of burgers. You know what that means? Those burgers are gonna be extremely delicious.
Good morning. I'm George Motz, burger scholar, and this is Hamburger America. Come on in. We built the restaurant of my dreams. I was not trying to do something that's silly and retro, but based on history. What would an old school diner do? And we actually made it happen. I can't believe it.
I love the look of the restaurant, everybody. Old school diner. It looks like you're back in history when you walk in. Man, George, I would love to go to the restaurant, man.
Incoming. Oh, you have to make sure we blur out this machine, so no one saw this, right? This is proprietary. You don't have to blur out Antonio. This is Antonio. All the burgers have onions, and we sell a lot of burgers. Our onions have to be the perfect thinness, so they cook faster because that's the way they did it back in the old days.
Now, what I like to do normally is just use a mandolin because I'm cooking for myself or my guys. But if you are cooking for masses like he is, you have to use some type of machine. And I'm guessing that he's so picky and particular about his onions that he cut it as thin as he wants. There was no machine available. I'll make it myself. Respect.
This is the thing I don't miss, by the way, about doing this. So for some reason, you could slice 20 onions and be crying like a baby. And all of a sudden, the 21st onion, you just stop.
So I have a huge trick for this. If you cry a lot whenever you're cutting onions, two things that at least work for me. Number one, wear contact lenses. If you wear contact lenses, you're not gonna cry that much, almost nothing, everybody, for some reason. Number two is wear some type of safety glasses. That actually works. And let me just put a disclaimer. It works, but it doesn't stop it at all. And if you have a better remedy, let us know in the comments down below, because having a sharp knife and all that and all of the other things, it does not matter. You're still gonna cry like a baby.
But the real star of the show is the beef.
Beef.
Check this out.
That's
the meat is
important.
in. It's roughly 700, 800 pounds. We have enough. I think we definitely have enough.
I love to know what kind of beef he's using, if it's 80-20 or if it's 25-75. I would also love to know what kind of beef he's using, if it's brisket and brisket chuck combination. But you can do that at home if you are willing to put the work and grind the beef yourself. Trust me, it will be better than buying store-bought.
We have a lot of tools here. They're all necessary. One is my smashula.
Ha! I used to use that quite a bit. As a matter of fact, where's that shit? Took me a second, yeah, but I used to use something just like that, everybody. And even though you think this is gonna work fantastic, I hate it. I don't like it anymore.
The griddle takes a while to heat up. I think it's ready to go now.
Yep.
We usually turn it on about an hour before service. It's an old school 1-inch thick piece of steel. We could have chosen like a $35,000 griddle, but we had to use an old one because the newer models tend to burn our onions badly. So we use the old school model that will not burn the onions unless you really try to.
That's a great point right there. Being able to control the heat is key. Sometimes when you cook it on the grill, the charcoal gets so extremely hot that you have no option but the onion will get a little bit of burn. So being able to control the heat and dial it down whenever you need to is a must.
We're making an Oklahoma fried onion burger. I do it the historically accurate way. People used onions to extend their beef supply during hard times. Probably 20 years ago, I went out to Oklahoma and I thought, that's too many onions. But it's absolutely not too many onions. They cooked it.
It looks like a lot of onion, yeah.
Smash burger cannot be hand formed. It has to be a ball of beef. But I like the effect and the way the smash burger looks when it starts as a ball.
See how he's smashing it down like that? That's what I used to have to do. As a matter of fact, I had to do something completely different. I had to have two smashers because the top gets hot, everybody. So I would do something like this. I would press it down the same exact way that he's doing, but since it was so hot, I would just press it down with a wooden tool. It's just not an efficient way. I say there has to be something better. But I also like different thickness of burgers. Sometimes I want it ultra smash. Other times I want it a little bit thicker. But there's no such thing on the market like that. So I had to develop my own, just like he did for his onion. This is my burger smasher. It's the only one of its kind in the market, and it has 3 levels of thickness. Rotate it, remove the ring just like this, and look at that, it's super flat now, so I can make it super ultra thin. Then, in here there's some prongs and they're offset. When they go inside, it locks in, so it's nice and firm. If you want it even thicker, remove it, then just flip it this way, put it right back in, lock it in place. Now you got a little bit thicker. The only burger smasher with 3 levels, everybody.
I can tell when it's ready to flip because I can see it. The edge is cooked, juices.
Now look what he's using. That's basically a paint scraper, and also it needs to be sharp. So I used to use one from Home Depot, and you all know that that's not food safe because it was actually galvanized metal. So after a lot of search, I said, you know what? I'm gonna develop my own. That's when I made the double spatula. Now one is slightly different than the other. They're a little bit offset. They're also magnetic. They allow you to scrape the burger and flip it with ease.
Cheese goes on the flip.
Look at the cheese that he's using. American cheese. The best cheese for a hamburger, everybody. There's nothing that comes even close.
And what I do is I give it a little bit of a cooked patch on one side so that when I do smash it, it doesn't get stuck to the spatula.
That is a great, great tip right there. He doesn't use parchment paper, everybody. But I'll tell you one thing. That takes a lot of practice. If you're first starting out, parchment paper is easier. That is a great technique. It takes time to learn it. But if you master the craft, you save money on parchment paper, which is good.
It's seasoned salt. It's Lowry's seasoned salt.
He's using Larry's seasoned salt. Nice.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna make you a very special item here. I'm not gonna say what it is, and if you know what it's called, you can order it. All you need to know about this, it is the burger of my youth.
That's a patty melt, baby. I gotta say, when you make things properly, it's not complicated. The simplest recipes executed to perfection are the best ones that will always stand out from the rest. And if you make the perfect smash burger right, there's nothing that will beat it. If you guys are interested in any of my tools, remember they're all available at Walmart right now. Go get yourself some. We got the burger smasher. We got the spatula that comes together with the griddle. We also have the marinating container. And of course, the grill scraper to keep your grill clean. All available exclusively at every Walmart. Also at walmart.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. George, I would love to meet you and do a collaboration together. Let me know if you're down, because you have just schooled everyone on how to make the perfect smash burger. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks Strong for sponsoring this video.
On today's video, Wagyu mac and cheese, gentlemen.
What?
Yes.
Yo, I love that this is not Guga Foods.
Huh?
This channel's different.
This channel is different. Roll the tape.
This is picanha, the queen of all meats. It has that name straight from Brazil. Now this is not like any other picanha you might have seen before, because it is a Wagyu picanha straight from Japan. And as you can clearly see as I'm taking each individual slice, this thing has great marbling. And that's what you want whenever you're looking for any type of steak. But Wagyu is just on a whole nother level. It is not normal to see this kind of marbling. And whenever I cook picanha, I like to keep it real simple. A good amount of salt and that's it, nothing else. Keeping it simple is best. So now I let it sit so that the salt can penetrate. As the end cut of the picanha, I'm going to be doing something different. Notice that I'm trimming the fat. We're going to put it to good use. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to get the tip and the shorter steak and cut it in small little cubes. Believe me, I know this seems weird, but you're going to understand real shortly. Because the first thing I did was to start cooking the fat and let it render. I'm going to be putting this to really good use. And on a separate pan, I went ahead and started cooking up the chopped picanha. This one, just like the previous one, I'm only seasoning it with salt as well. Believe me when I tell you, it doesn't need anything else. But I'm going to be combining with the fat that I rendered previously so that the whole thing can confit nice and slow, maximizing the Maillard reaction. You've heard of bacon bits? This is picanha bits. Crispy, crunchy, full of flavor, and delicious. Now notice that I have a lot of fat left. So with that, I went ahead and strain it because we're gonna also put this to good use. Because the next thing to do is to go ahead and make some very flavorful mac and cheese. So into a pan, I threw in that Wagyu fat, brought it up to temperature, and immediately threw in all-purpose flour. The key here is to cook up the flour a little bit. Then I went ahead and added some cold milk. You see, we're doing something that is called bechamel. This mixture will start thickening up on you real quick. And when it did, I went ahead and added some cheddar cheese. I mixed that up real good until it became a very flavorful cheesy sauce. Next up, after cooking the pasta, I threw it right in. Because once it's fully mixed, I went ahead and started plating it up. First by adding a generous amount of that mac and cheese, followed by the picanha bits. And of course, for some color, I went ahead and added some chives, as the next thing was the most important one of them all. And that will be the Wagyu picanha steaks. Now to cook them, you better believe I went outside. Whenever you cook Wagyu picanha, the first thing you want to do is to put a nice wonderful crust. Keep rotating the grill and flipping it as many times as necessary, because once it was fully seared, I cooked it in indirect heat until it reaches 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Because in the end, I was left with this, the perfectly cooked picanha, the queen of all meats. I'm telling you friends, this is the best steak of your life. But after plating this up, the only thing left to do now is to give this a try and see if using picanha this way was a good idea or a bad one. So now I say it is enough talking and it is time to eat.
It looks good, but let's take a moment to shout out
out Dowstrong, the amazing sponsor of this video. You all know how much I love working with Dowstrong tools. From chef knives to slicers, they are razor sharp and super reliable. But when it comes to big, bad, breakthrough culinary tools, Dowstrong is in a league of its own. Like this insane 17-inch Titan slicer. It is practically a sword for your food. Or if you're into cleavers, Dowstrong's got you covered. From 9-inch obliterators to 14-inch annihilators, these just power through meat and bones with pure power. So if you're looking to experience some of the boldest, high-performance knives out there, head over to Dowstrong.com and get shopping. All right, everybody, you already know what it is, huh? What does it look like? Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks good, but what are those little black bits on top?
That is tiny little bits of picanha.
Oh, let's go. That's so much better than bacon bits right there.
I feel terrible saying that today picanha should not be the star, all right? And I know you already said it in the beginning of this video that you love that this is not Guga Foods because there's no experiment.
It's just good food.
You just get to eat, everybody. There's nothing going on over here. So, okay. So he picked up the plate to be first.
This guy's greedy, bro. He's selfish. This is the type of food that Angel likes. There's no vegetables. There's nothing but like carbs and cheese.
So it's all about, oh, you're going already.
Oh, I'm ready. I got a full bite. I
want you to taste the mac and cheese first, my bro. It's all about the mac and cheese. The picanha is just a regular picanha.
When you say Wagyu mac and cheese, I'm thinking it's Wagyu and mac and cheese.
To be specific, it's not a regular picanha. It is a Wagyu picanha.
Of course it is.
So I don't want to disrespect the queen like that. I want to know about this mac and cheese. Let's see. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the little crunch. That's stupid good. It's crazy how even though the picanha is very tiny, you can still get a nice beefy flavor from it.
Correct. It's because you know what happens is mac and cheese is very soft, right? So when you take each individual bite, it's just the same exact texture. That's why these little bits. That's why they put bacon sometimes. Sometimes they put like breadcrumbs. Sometimes they put other things. It's just for that nice different texture. You take individual bites, everybody. Highly recommend. Is it good?
Worked like a charm. Those little bits. It's so good.
The pasta is like so rich too. It's surprising because I feel like I tasted some Wagyu even though I only had the little picanha bits on it.
It's the fat, bro. There's a Wagyu fat in there. Instead of using butter, we use Wagyu fat. You know, a lot of times you got a lot of trimmings from different things and you don't use it. That's a great way to use it, everybody. Can we make this official? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one hits different, everybody.
Ultra beefy, ultra delicious. Holy that's good.
No cursing, bro. I apologize.
Sorry, children. I apologize. But look, this is. I was about to say something again. This is good. All right, it's really good.
It's like you said, the richness of this dish is incredible. You got the actual Wagyu picanha. You got the little bits on top of the mac and cheese. And bro, the mac and cheese is so damn creamy. I can't say anything bad about it.
It's so perfect to pair this Wagyu steak with the macaroni because honestly, I can't tell which is softer, the steak or the pasta. They're both so melt in your mouth, soft. It's ridiculous.
Today, which one you like better, the picanha or the mac and cheese?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna have to go with the picanha.
You're gonna make me say it.
Wow, the mac and cheese, damn.
I mean, technically there's picanha in the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
The little bits of picanha, it makes it go up. It's so good. Like, the little crunch is perfect.
You don't even need the picanha because that mac and cheese is so beefy on its own. It's kind of weird.
The wonderful thing about it, everybody, is that you can use anything to make with it. Do it with guanciale. Do it with bacon. Any kind of fat will work. You're just basically making a bechamel sauce with the fat instead of butter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Rob, what are we gonna do?
I'm all about show me. Look, I'm putting boots on. I'm serious. I'm not wearing these things on here.
Oh, Josh getting ready, baby.
That's right. You gotta get geared up.
Let's get that beautiful B-roll, sexy roll of Josh getting ready. Oh, we don't want to see that, man.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Stop it. Get some help.
Are you ready, Vikram? Are you scared?
Well, so I'm gonna stand all the way over there.
Vikram specifically asked not to do this video, and I said, no, we gotta do it. I'm putting boots on, all right?
This is what I want you to do. Lace them up a little extra tight.
My boots are my underwear.
What we're dealing with is very, very serious. The alligators in enclosures, they know that, hey, this person is gonna bring me food. I don't have to kill them or eat them. These alligators are truly in a life or death situation. So this alligator will, in fact, bite you. Hold on, and whatever it bites, it owns. It will bite it, break it, roll it right off of your body. You never forget that he can hurt you really bad. Come feel this, just right here. Oh! Mr. Guga.
That was nuts.
Come here.
Good job, brother. No, I ain't getting dirty. You get away from me. You get away.
You're eating big Guga.
Get away from me with that smut. I ain't getting dirty, baby. I'm staying clean. I am staying clean, baby. I ain't getting dirty today. No.
It was less about the hissing. It was just the tail. I've seen some crazy happen with those tails.
Yo.
And it's so fast.
Wait until you mount on top of one, how powerful and strong it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's solid muscle. Crazy. But now, we're gonna get something to eat. Because we're hungry.
That's probably just salsa.
Not bad.
Fried chicken right there.
That was shrimp.
That was shrimp? Oh.
Mahi mahi, one of my favorite fishes. We ate. We good?
We're good, man.
Now you're hot.
I don't know about the hunt, but the cooking I can do.
The biggest myth in the world with alligators is that they're just laying out there.
No one thinks that.
Alligators are extremely savvy. We've got to go find it, and we've got to catch it, and we've got to do all that without getting bit. So let's go.
But I'm watching it.
Yeah,
I'm just watching. Look at this guy. Look, this guy.
I'm myself.
What's inside of there? He got more gators?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Heck no. I can't even see them.
Look in here.
Check it out.
Oh my, those are... You crazy. Where you got that gator from?
Hold on a second.
These two nuts.
Come here. I want you to pet it.
No, we went to Gatorland. No,
Come
that's
on.
okay. I don't want to pet them. It's probably went over there.
There's about an 8-foot alligator in his backyard. It's obviously a very dangerous gator. It's trying to eat his dog. Let's be very slick and make this happen right now.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
This is the perfect gator for us.
Do you see how fast? Caught it in like less than a minute.
I've been over there looking for my daggum shoes. I thought I left my shoes in the woods. I'm like, where did I leave them stinking things?
You don't get splinters?
No, dude. Splinters worry about my feet.
Yeah, that's how it works. So we're in our next location, and I think this is the one. We got Angel, Vikram, everybody trying to catch this gator. You saw him, Austin? Yeah. Oh, he got him. Oh, he got him. He's right there. So Rob snagged him, but he lost him. Vikram, what's happening?
He snagged him, and the line broke.
That line broke?
Line broke. So,
God damn, we want the line so close. Yo, this thing just got crazy. They got a new call. We gotta head into another location because that one apparently is threatening life. So when that happens, we gotta drop everything and you go. We came back to a spot that we saw before, and Rob said, stay back. We're gonna go by ourselves to catch the gator. Hopefully, they will get him.
3 hours later.
Yeah. Things are about to get real nasty right now. You ready?
Yeah, dude. Ready. We've been out here for so long. I'm hoping that my energy levels go up when I see it, which I have a feeling that they will.
I think you're gonna do just fine. You gotta bring in confidence to the man, you know what I mean? Give him confidence, and he will conquer, yes?
All right, I got the gator right here. Okay, Josh, listen. This is a really big gator. He's up on top right now. He's not even gone down yet. You're gonna have to keep this line extremely tight.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
This is our only connection to the alligator. Keep the rod high. Someone get us some lights.
Call me the light man.
Good, good, good. Okay. Oh my God.
Come on, Josh.
Exhausting.
You got this, Josh.
Okay, hold on. Let's see where we got him.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold him right there.
You're doing a great job, Josh. How are we feeling?
Great job, Josh.
Thanks. Oh, there he is, right there. There's the gator, right there. Hold him right there, boys. Hold him right there.
Don't fall in the water.
It's okay, I was trying not to break my neck. Okay, you gotta be real careful that you don't slip. Come over here, set that rod down or hand it to Robbie.
How we doing, Guga?
Here you go.
No problem, baby. Double rod. Mm-hmm.
Okay, bro, so this is a nuisance alligator. This homeowner called us to come catch this alligator. He's gonna be put down one way or the other. It's your call, what you wanna do.
Eat him.
Now we'll go to Rob's house and we're gonna clean up the gator. That was an incredible hunt that we will never forget. All thanks to my brother Rob from Deer Meat for Dinner. You are the man. Guys, if you enjoyed behind the scene videos like this, let me know in the comments down below because we'll make more. And if you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe because we got some epic videos coming. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.